to check in and to see where my guides are encouraging us to go and explore today on our mat. I'm grateful for this particular audience, and I'm opening up to all the specifics of how we're meant to expand and open and widen today as we connect into our intuition. Let's close your eyes and just begin to deep breathe. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Remembering. The notion that my guides are presenting right now is that we all have a huge access to a body of knowledge and information and intuitive guidance all the time. And so a lot of what we're presenting here and exploring and going over is not necessarily new information for this particular audience, but what we're looking at today is exploring that we can remember so much of what, at a very deep level, we already know. So congratulations to you. I'm excited you're here with me. You have a huge body of wisdom and knowledge. And so today, as we move and breathe, let's just explore, what if we already knew everything we needed? What if we already had access to everything that we're going to be connecting in with? It's just a process of remembering that connection. Let's come to our mat. Let's start with one big breath in and letting it go on a sigh. Another big breath in. Let's extend the arms straight out. Take the arms into a big, beautiful high five up to the sky. And we're just going to go side to side here, letting the side body lengthen and extend. Long, big breaths in and out. Remembering, what is it you want to remember today? What is it you already know and understand on a very deep, intuitive knowing that all we're doing today is just opening up to remembering. When we focus on remembering, let's come into tree pose on this side. When we focus on remembering, it gives us the acknowledgement and the permission to realign with that which is already magnificent, which that is already within us, that we have connection to. It takes the pressure off because it's not like, oh, we have to learn a whole bunch of stuff. It's actually just like, oh, remembering, I'm just going to turn that light switch on. I'm just going to reactivate that body of knowledge, that tonality, that template, that blueprint of energetic knowing. I'm just going to bring it back into my reality at this time, this specific timeline. So I'm bringing them up and back down towards the heart. Oh, feeling the foot really steady into the mat. Feeling the heart open and expand. And we did a chakra meditation a bit ago. And so now you have the body information and knowing. Just remember all that connectivity and just see how are your chakras today. Just kind of go starting at the base, just kind of moving up and down, just with your knowing and awareness. Let's come to the other side and just explore what's open today, what's not. From a point of reactivating and remembering how you can, just in an instant, remember how to keep those channels more open. Good. Nice. Excellent. Let's take the legs wide and let's just go side to side. I had a client session yesterday where it was really interesting. A woman that I know and love dearly, and just had like a really creepy and evil thing that was done to her. You know, it's just like, whoa, just hearing her share it and going through all the details. That happens, right? It happens in life, and it's probably happened to you. It's happened to me, where you just have a moment and it's like, wow, that was evil. That was straight up like, woo, that was really bad. And so, you know, she was calling me and just really wanting to connect and just be like, you know, why is it that this is occurring for me, right? And her specific journey and lesson, she's got very, very specific benefits and blessings that are going to come from this. But what my guidance kept saying was that, reminding me, and I remind you in this because you know this, I'm just reminding you this, that every challenge, absolutely every challenge that you are facing in this moment is making you stronger, is making you more grounded, is allowing you to remember who you really are. So in her situation, you know, when you're confronted with that much evil and toxicity, which is just intense, you get real good and not taking it personally, really connecting into your highest self when you need it. And that's what I watched her do, and I'm so proud of her. I'm so inspired by her, because she could have, you know, met that evil nature with a whole lot of evil right back, right? I mean, that's where our ego might first want to go when you're slammed with that much toxicity. And yet, it's this opportunity for us to become more gentle, to become more soft with the way we treat ourselves, and to become open to the ways in which, let's come to the other side, we're becoming more strong, more in alignment with our highest self, more aware of the spiritual journey that we're on. The only reason why I'm attracted to all the spiritual stuff is that it is that which in my life that has brought me back to a peace and a softness in the times of greatest challenge. And that's what I'm really intentional doing on this journey and for the rest of my life, is connecting back into spirit to bring relief, to bring a sense of remembering, to bring a sense of reuniting with a larger truth, just to get those moments of peace, right? And the evil that this, you know, woman was faced with, you know, just kind of confronting, it really, ultimately, I watched my client move into a very powerful place of compassion. Because ultimately, and she wasn't there, of course, at first, but I could see her transition throughout the session of really just kind of tuning into, wow, what kind of place of sadness and fear must you really be in to act out in such a vicious way? And so, I'm just setting the intention for you and for her and for all of us that as we move forward, we feel a deeper connection into the gravity, really, or the gratitude that we can feel in the intensity of remembering when we really need it. Good. Nice. Excellent. Let's come to the top of our mat. Let's inhale, reach up, and then exhale, interlace your fingers back behind you. Let's rock side to side here. Oh, breathing in deep. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sit back, power pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, twist to the side. Inhale, up. Exhale, twist. Engage that core. Releasing, letting go. Letting go that false part of us which might cling to this lie that we don't know, that we don't have the opportunity to remember. You have the opportunity to remember anything it is that you're needing to build greater strength, knowing, and reconnection. Good. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Now you can go as far as you want here. You can take blocks alongside you. Because there is a part of you that knows that you're indestructible, right? That you're source energy and that you are this beautiful expression of God and the divine. And it's our programming, it's our ego, that part of us, which is going to want to grip to the drama of this reality. And it's our wisdom and it's our knowing that really is gentle and loving with ourselves, with whatever emotion is coming up, right? Drama is really just the judgment of emotion. But if we can become at peace with whatever's coming up, as difficult and as sticky and as unpleasant as it might be, we open up to remembering how strong, how resilient, how powerful, how phenomenal, how extraordinary we really are. I don't know if I talked about this yesterday, but I was listening to this great video and it was just going on and on about the species in our multiverse and how many are so envious, that was the word, of our species, of how smart, of how intuitive, of how our DNA is so incredible. And I just love that notion. It stayed with me for a long time because I just feel in the midst of the challenge and the adversity of what we're facing right now, we are up for it. We are strong enough. We are so ridiculously powerful and we can handle it. And we are handling it. And so as you root back into that remembering, you reconnect back into your power, your wisdom, and your awareness. Good. Okay. I'm just going to grab some blocks, so if you have some, that would be great. If not, it's okay. Let's come into half moon. We're going to bring this foot forward. It's my left foot. We're going to lift on up with that back leg and just open up here. If you want, you can take that other hand down. Left hand's on the block. That right hand can also stabilize on the block, lifting up that back leg. Whatever feels best for you. Just kind of explore. You can also do some motions here with the hand to the heart, just letting yourself really bring it back. My guides always do this because it brings it back to everything, right? The heart's everything. Remembering our connection to our heart. It's the first organ that's developed in our physical form. It's our first connection, right? It's like everything. If we can remember our heart and the language of our heart, things get easier. Good, one big breath in. And then exhale, let's grab your blocks, come into a wide-legged V pose, and just go side to side. Back and forth. And just let yourself fold over your legs. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, and then exhale. You can take your hands on the block. I like this one, just keeping my arms straight as I just kind of hang here. You can get a lot of lengthening through the back of the leg. You can also let the hips kind of rock side to side. Just remembering that quality of openness. Bend the legs and then come rising up to stand. Take the block onto the other side. And we're going to come into half moon on the other side. Lifting up that back leg, flexing through that foot. And again, explore here, opening and bringing it back to the heart. And wherever you are today, just ask yourself, how can I bring more support, more kindness, more gentleness, more love to that place that I'm at? Breathing in and out. And maybe you're in like a super high, wonderful vibrating space. That's so great. Allow yourself, just envision that as anything is upcoming, that you're setting the pathway right now to remember the ease and the gentleness whenever you need it. Good. One more big breath in. Oh, and then letting it go. Come here, Charlie. Come. Come into a standing forward fold just over those legs. You can just go right forward down, grabbing onto the elbows. Come on, buddy. Just gonna bring over the dogs. Come into the video. Yes, come on. Just hang over in that standing forward fold. Come on. Just letting go, grabbing onto the elbows, letting the head go side to side. Letting go, and then coming into a squat pose. And this is great too if you want to add in a block. So, we all have the connection to our ancestors in the ways that fuel us and support us, in the ways that give us strength, knowing, and a sense of remembering. So right now, just tune into your energetic field, into your reality in this moment, and just see which ancestors do you feel deeply close and connected to, and which would you like to feel more connected to? Just setting that intention. Just let's hang out here. You can come off the block if you're on it, if you want, wherever you are. You can also do this on a couch or a chair or bolster. Must be a low couch. Meaning like anything to kind of, where you can perch on to help you. That's okay. It's really okay. Good. Let's do a big breath in. Letting it out. Good. Another big breath in. And letting it out. Good. Let's come into soles of the feet together and just rocking around. Good. Oh, yes. Thursday's garbage day. I'm remembering my little Charlie's letting us know the garbage guy's out there. But let's just have fun with that. Why not? Like, what is it, the part of you that is barking to remember, right? What is it that's in you? Because we can resist our environment or we can just work with it, right? It's my greatest meditation teachers always taught me, which I'm so thankful for them. You can kind of be at war with it or you can just kind of go with it. So, garbage truck's going to be here. Probably going to have some barks. So what is it? Let's just have fun with that though. Go further. Where is it that you want to find a greater connection into remembering? Right? We come in as source connection. I was hanging out with a 5-month-old baby yesterday, and there's so much source it's just like, whoa, right? And it's like, there's so much remembering there. There's so much connectivity. And then, they go along the path and the ego roots in around 2, 3, and you get that kind of, those more tumultuous, potentially tumultuous times, which is all good because it's just that landing of identifying with the ego that helps us kind of root here. But it was pretty amazing hanging out with a baby, or pets are right there too, man. It's just so deeply connected into that source energy. So if you knew, right, at one point in time, and now what we want to do is just remember, what would you like to remember? What is it that you already understand? What is it that you've already integrated that you just want to bring to the forefront again? I was talking to another client yesterday, and I love what she said. She's like, I feel like I get all this, Josephine, and we connect in, and then I'll forget it, and then it's like, I'll start dipping down, and then I'll remember it again, and I'll forget it. And it's like, the more we can ease into that, right? The more we can just see, look, right? Great example. My dog stopped barking, right? Because instead of me, I could feel myself being like, oh gosh, the dog's going to bark. Oh, it's going to ruin the video. It's like, well, there it is. And just kind of easing into it. And I just offer that to you because this client that I saw, just giving her permission that's okay. It's okay that we forget. And she was saying, well, there's so much negativity in our world, and I feel like I can stay in the positive mindset, and then I get pulled down, and that's okay. I mean, let's just celebrate the fact that you even maintained a positive perspective for a breath or two. One of my teachers said something amazing to me where she was like, what if you've already done enough? What if? Like the fact that I'm a mom and have, been privileged to help the people that I've helped, and, all the things that I've done in my life. Like, what if it's already enough? I was like, oh, I like that. Just feel my shoulders coming down my back body. Let's come forward and back. Like, what if that remembering is at the forefront of our reality? We've already done enough. We already are enough. It's one thing to intellectually know that, but to then, in our practice, in our life, in our breath, to really embody that is super powerful. So I offer that to you, that opportunity. Let's just do a neck stretch here, palm up to the sky. And back to the other side. Good. And rolling back and forth here. Oh, feels good. So good. Oh yeah. My guides are having me want to share this, which I think is a great tip. For all of us, yoga really helps this, but something that can really, really be beneficial to you is clearing out the lymph nodes. And one way to do that in a daily way is a rebounder or a small trampoline. It's like, I found one for I think $25 on Amazon. You can fold it up, I think. I haven't, but I think you can. It's a foldable one. Anyway, I just went outside yesterday. My son was playing next door, the neighbors, and I just was like, again, really craving nature, and had about 20 minutes, and he was playing with his friends, and so I was watching. Anyway, and I just did some it was like, I don't know, half an hour, maybe. I don't know how much it was, but it was so great to be outside, and it's so great for the lymph system to cleanse in that way. So even if you just get it and you do like 3 to 6 minutes a day, what it does is it helps the body just kind of, it's interesting because my guides would say for years, they need to shake, they need to jump. And I never really knew what that meant. And then as we've gone along together, I've kind of bumped into this information. I'm like, oh, that's why. It's because they needed to kind of shake and get out what they no longer need. We need to do that. And so I just offer that to you because it's a wonderful way to help the body cleanse, to help the body release any gunk that you're getting rid of. So I'm here in inversion. I'm doing hip openers. You can add in a block if you want. I'm going to remove the block. We're just going to let the knees fall side to side here. Who is it that you would like help remembering? I had another inspirational session with someone yesterday where it was so amazing watching her. She was going through a period of, I don't know, a few months depression. And I kept encouraging her, reach out, connect with people around you. And it was really hard for her, and then she did it. And she had such a wonderful time. She did it at work where there was like a guy and a girl she worked with, and she went out of her way to ask them out to lunch, and they went out to lunch. And it was just like an hour in her day, but it was this huge shift for her because she connected again with human beings and community. So I can hear a lot of my sessions, and I have sympathy for this, where it's like, oh man, I don't relate to people around me. I don't know how to connect, and and we're all so divided, all that stuff. And I have sympathy, I have compassion. I totally get that. And yet it really does. And again, I'm saying things you already know. We're just remembering here. It really does help us solve problems. It really does help us move through our gunk and any stuckness if we connect and reach out to people who fill us up. So it's the ego that's going to want to isolate, but the healing happens when we come together and share what it is that's going on. Oh, and I have such a great friend here I'm so thankful for. She's so good at listening. This last week, I just really, I'm so thankful for her. And I really am putting this out there because I hope you have a friend. It can be so powerful just to be with someone and just to, just to share. And so if you've got those people in your life, which I hope you do, I hope you can see them more regularly because they are so essential. And thank you to you for all the times that you do that, where you're just with people and you just hold in the space, you're holding the love for them, sharing, listening, just letting them be who they are. We need that in a regular way. We really do. We need it whether it's through a coach or a therapist or someone at your church, doesn't matter. You need someone in your life, a really good friend, whatever, just somebody who you can let stuff out with. Good, let's bring the soles of the feet to the earth and then we're going to lift up. Let's come into a bridge pose here. Heels are rooted into the earth. You can lift the hips up as high as you wish. Play around releasing the butt and the backs of the legs to lift higher, open the heart. And then coming on down. Whew, feels good. Okay, doing any last final poses before our Shavasana today. Letting yourself really let go and relax and become more still, more peaceful on your mat. And just review for yourself, review your asana today and ask yourself, what did I remember? What was important for me to reconnect in with? And how can I trust and know that what I remember will stay with me when I know it? A lot of times people ask me, can I record my session? And sometimes for whatever reason the recording doesn't come through. And I can't tell you how many times people will say, it was okay because what I needed to know I remembered, or, it does really reintegrate. For sure, it's great to listen again to things. But sometimes it's like our highest self is hooking us up so that we remember what we need, and reminding ourselves of that can be really, really powerful. Okay, so I've already pulled cards here on the specific audience today and day 18. This is moving so fast in some ways. Sometimes I have to take a moment and be like, is it day? It's day 18. Wow. Yay for us. Yay for us for staying on the path. Woohoo. Okay, so first card that I pull is reminding you that you're safe. It's the wolf. It's the guardian. You are safe and protected at all times. Wow, what a notion is that, right? In the times when we feel most alone or most scared or most disconnected or most abandoned, we're safe then. We're safe then. Something I've been telling my son and working on with my son is, he says, but I'm scared, and he'll talk about different times he feels fear, which is so great. I'm like, yay, he's connected in. This is great. He's verbalizing what he feels. I'm so excited. And then we'll take it the next step, and I say, okay, buddy, this is when you call in your angels. And that's what I call it for him, because that's something it's an easier term, and through that we can access into all these really beautiful, high vibrating, beautiful, highly resonant, highly sourced beings to help. And I was just like going over it with him, like when you get scared, you can just call in. And it was so neat to just see the peace and relief roll over his face. Oh, that's right. I have angels at all time. It's reminding me of that powerful scene in the movie Crash. I don't know if you saw that. Talk about remembering, going back a bit. But going back to that scene where there's that girl and the little girl that watches her daddy who doesn't get killed because he's told her he's always protected by angels. So what if we remembered, what if we moved through our day where we really stayed connected into that notion, that remembering that we're safe. We're safe all the time. And when we feel unsafe, it's just that light on the dashboard being like, hey, let's pull in the forces. Let's pull them in. Let's bring them in. I'm working with one client for years now, and just last week she was like, it's so exciting because she's wanted to feel her dad, and she's like, now I don't understand how my mom and my friends can't feel my dad because it's so clear to me when he comes. And he's right there and he gives me a hug and he's so there for me. And that to me is just so exciting. So we have these connective forces that are always there. So you are safe at all times. First card. Second card today for us is empathy and koala, which I love. And what they're guiding me to say is that this particular group is very good at being empathetic. So sympathy is different from empathy, right? Sympathy is good. It's kind of like, oh, you know, I'm so sorry. But empathy is that next step, which is so powerful, which is, I get it. I might not know the exact situation and circumstances you're in, but it's hard for you right now. I have empathy and I get it. Interesting, yesterday talking a lot about empaths. I feel that word's been coming up a lot. Anyway, yay for us. And this one is just about us celebrating and honoring and feeling the appreciation we have for ourselves for being really good at empathizing. It's a skill, it's an art form. Ooh, this one is more specific. This is for two people who are gravitated to this video, and maybe more in the future, but right now, this is the card of butterfly and transformation. Get ready for a big breakthrough. So you're kind of on the verge of things. Things are really, really difficult. And it's essential for you to know right now in this time that it's going to get easier. Man, it's like you're shedding a whole bunch of stuff. It's like you're taking a big dump. This is very graphic. Oh my golly. Sorry. But, you know, taking a dump with hemorrhoids is what they said. Where it's like, ow, I have to release this, but it's painful and it's ripping through me. That was gross. Straight up disgusting. Woo! Okay. Yay, yay. Nice and you're relaxing Shavasana. Anyway, hopefully you can just laugh through with me on that one. But that was pretty graphic. Thank you so much, guys. But it's like, even though you're painful and you're releasing and you're letting go, and it might feel like it's, you know, really slicing you in half, in this moment, you are letting go of toxicity that you don't need. So it's a good thing. You're going to come out the other end stronger, more fortified, more vital, more clear. So keep going. We're here. We're loving you. We're supporting you. All right. Let's begin to deepen our breath here as we wiggle our fingers and our toes. Lengthen our arms up above our head and just stretch out. Lean from side to side. And making circles with the hands and with the feet. There's 3 orbs today. Do you see that? Can you see that? 1, 2, 3. It just might be on my iPad. I'm not sure if you can see it. Okay. Awesome. Yay. All right. So as we're seated upright, let's take our hands towards our heart center. My guides are saying, reminding all of us that if you are sensing non-physical presence in a new way, just going through the herb thing here, that in your life, what they're saying that came up for me and they want to just reiterate for you is you can trust that. You can trust that. And another thing they said, you know, is that if it's not good energy, it's as simple as just saying, hey, I don't want you around. Thanks. No. No, be gone. Be gone, be gone, be gone. You want to do a ritual with it? That's great. Whatever you want to do. But if you have entities or energies that are around you that you're not really into, you can just be like, nope, thanks. Bye-bye. And they'll go. They're just lost. You say, back to the light. Lots of love to you. On your way. And they will head on out. All right. Taking our hands to heart center. Let's do a big breath in. And letting it out. Let's do 2 ohms. Inhale. I'm setting the intention that as we move forward, we surrender into forgetting, knowing that it's okay. As we forget, it's the opportunity for us to remember. As we remember, it's the opportunity for us to forget. And we're in that even easy back and flow. Just opening up in each moment to that notion and that awareness of consciousness that allows us to be in that fluidity and gives us greater access, leverage, and power to remember through our will, through our desire, through our intention, what it is that we need in this moment to bring greater love, ease, and joy. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sending so much love your way. I hope you feel better. I feel great. I can just feel everything realigning, and I'm so thankful you're on this journey with me. Please like and subscribe and pass this along. I'm so thankful for the folks that have been with us every day so far. It's such a treat to hear from you. Thank you. Thank you for your momentum. Thank you for all of it. And I'm excited to see you tomorrow, day 19.